What's going on, everybody? This boy BK with an ICO spotlight. We will be taking a look at Guardium, which is revolutionizing the industry of emergency service providers and creating a global decentralized 911. I think it's pretty cool what they're doing, the business model. I took a look at it. We'll go through the white paper in a minute. And also talk about some of those opportunities coming up to participate in the ICO. But first, let's jump over to their website. This is Guardium.co. I will have a link in the description for you to review as well. And as you can see, it's a fairly simple website. They got 19 days left on their ICO. And the biggest thing I noticed is this was a functioning mobile application for about a year now, and in fact it won one of the most coveted awards in the app industry with Apple's Planet of the Apps. I think that was like a little TV show they did. That was pretty cool. So they've been featured in other publications, and they were a functioning business before they came over to do an ICO. I think that's one of the biggest things. All too often you hear about these, freshmen in their dorm room with an idea and a computer, and they create some $30 million ICO just off of a white paper PDF. This isn't one of them. These guys have a functioning mobile interface. They have a mobile wallet, and recognition throughout the tech space as an innovator in the world of service providers, right? So let's take a quick peek at their promo video, and then we'll come right back with the white paper.
Guardian Circle is a way to connect with those close circle of friends that you already have and get in touch with them in an emergency situation. When you declare an alert, all of the friends that you've designated as guardians are alerted instantaneously and brought into a chat room where they can all communicate. They'll also see a map of where they are located and where the person in trouble is located. What that allows is immediate communication between all of your guardians, instead of having to call one by one all your different friend groups that might be people who really want to help you in a crisis. This way they're all together, all at once, immediately, and mapped out. You should be guarding people you really care about, and you should take it seriously. These are friends that you're saying you would come to their aid in any type of emergency, whether that be a 5-alarm emergency or maybe an emergency that they need someone to come and help them because they're locked out of their house or out of their car. You can't be there to take care of a pet. Maybe you're stuck at work and your child needs a ride home, all the way to a life or death situation. You're on the floor of your garage and you might be having a heart attack. This is not just for old people. Everyone has gone through some sort of emergency. Or whether you're out on a Tinder date and this is not looking good. All of those are emergencies that any number of us could go through regardless of our age. It's not just when you're old and have health problems that you need a Guardian Circle. It's actually all the way through your life. You should download Guardian Circle because if you're in trouble, I would want to know. And if this is an easy way for you to let me know and all your other friends know, then we can connect and make a plan to help you. And that's why Guardian Circle exists, is to bring all of those people together and let us help you out.
So there you go right there. One of the things I try to do is let you guys hear from their voice the value they're providing, and then I go in and look at the business model, the white paper, a few of the logistics, and give you my opinion on it. First thing I noticed right away is these guys are kind of the loudest voice that I've heard with regards to providing value for emergency situations and creating decentralized peer-to-peer network to facilitate the transfer of that value. I think that's pretty ingenious. They can almost, if they execute it and build it out to scale, then they will essentially become the Uber of 911, which is pretty cool. They said right off the top, 4 billion people have no access to on-call emergency services such as 911. I think all too often in the United States, we take things for granted that the whole world experiences them as luxuries when this is indeed not the case. So what they look to be able to do is provide a global utility for unified decentralized network through this emergency service provisions, right? Biggest thing they're doing is bringing people together to help people. And if you know me, that's pretty much all I try to do every time I speak into this microphone. One of the other things I like right away is that, these guys aren't a lot of fluff and razzle dazzle. It's a very simple, straightforward white paper, not a huge marketing initiative. So, as a marketer, I can see through a lot of the fluff that some ICOs put out there, and these guys kind of cut through the fat and give you the content just barely enough to show you what they're offering, but still not very wasteful, in the sense of lavishness. So again, it's kind of straightforward government work that these guys are looking to fulfill, and it speaks through the way they present their content as well. Biggest thing, they said that 911 operators don't know your location 90% of the times if you call from a mobile device. I don't even know how that's possible, given that we have 3G, 4G, 18G, LTE, STV networks, but they don't even know how to get to you if they actually need to get to you. And that's a huge opportunity. And I think the best way to fill that opportunity is indeed with a many to one network, right? And so let's jump over here. This is a quick lesson of the day. This is how traditional 911 dispatch distribution systems work. It's one operator with many police cars, and she uses those police cars to send them out into the field to fill, people that call, to basically respond to people that call. It's a one to many, because each one of these cars over here, it's many cars, many police dispatchers out there, police officers, and they go into the field, to the houses, to respond to individual calls on a one-to-one basis. Now, what these guys are doing through a digital interface is creating a many to one network, to where you, the person initiating that 911 distress call, have many people in the field that can respond to that call individually, and each one of them will be able to facilitate the transfer of that value, whatever you're looking for. I think, just in doing a little bit of research on these guys, I saw that the ISIS report of, I think, 2016, 2015 said that ambulance rides, just ambulances in itself, was $15 billion. And I remember hearing another thing to where most people didn't even want to call 911 because they knew that the ambulance ride would be about $2,000, and so they would just take their chances and have a friend drive them to the ambulance or to the hospital, as opposed to footing a $2,000 bill. Well, that's an opportunity in itself. If you got a Uber for 911 responders, then you can turn someone's back seat into a vehicle to get someone in dire need of assistance to a accommodating facility, if that's indeed what they were asking. And again, 90% of the world does not have access to a 911 emergency dispatch system, right? And so jumping back over here, a few other things I saw in the white paper we can speak on: emergency response grid. And they've already built out, the mobile interface. I think that's the biggest thing when you talk about, safety and digital community. These guys are pretty much ahead of the curve in trying to bring those together, right? I did download the app, and I noticed right away it's not too not too many things you can keep secret, as it kind of defaults you into allowing notifications and authorizing your contacts, and it verifies your phone number right away. And basically you need to connect your identity to this app so that others who have done the same can more or less trust you, right? What will be interesting is how these guys plan to account for the privacy, aspect that is built into blockchain protocol, and also how they plan to account for the governance if you have a spammer or a hacker, someone that doesn't necessarily have the best interests of the community in mind. How will the community be able to account for that person or that individual, right? But again, a lot of good things that I read in their white paper and in their execution plan, and a few people agree. This is an article from TechCrunch, right? Big entrepreneurship technology publication. Says they crowdsource your safety, right? Again, creating a many to one system where you have many nodes of support, many opportunities to gain value from your local community. And again, this article is from March 10th, 2016. And you can see that they were already on the market with a gold plan for $99 a year. So these guys were making money on the market before much of this ICO craze even came to be, right? Just something to keep in mind. The app is available on iTunes and Google Play. Download it, test it out, see what you think about it. And then lastly, with regards to the token, the ICO, biggest thing I noted right here is it is only open to non-US based individuals. But if you are a US accredited investor, you can participate. You get a 25% bonus. They're doing about 33 cents a token, with a $5,000 minimum, 5,000 USD. So that's about almost little over 5 Ethereum just to participate. But in doing that, you are locked in to a 33 cent token price with a 25% bonus, right? So check that out if it's something that interests you. Again, I think they're spinning the tokenized economy a unique way to not so much promote privacy and not anonymity, but more so instill a many to one distribution model to transfer value in one of the biggest value needs of our world. The fact that 90+% of the world doesn't have access to 911 service providers is quite astonishing in itself. And if these guys are able to execute on this business model, then it will indeed be, a great opportunity for the community. And that's what I hopefully have been able to communicate to you guys. Again, I'm here to teach, to help you learn, and ultimately, ideally, to help you make money. But if anything, above all else, we can learn how these businesses are created and how this value is being disseminated through this new blockchain technology, right? So Guardium.co, check it out. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video, as I will be doing a few more of these spotlights as well as I see different tokens and protocols come up, that I think might be interesting to share with you guys as well. Thanks so much. I will talk to you guys soon. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
Like a boss. Huh.